what happened to Alexander's body? They did not tell us. So you're not trying to set up Chief's wife. What did you do with the body? Why are you begging the woman? Like, that was an excellent opportunity for these guys to like do something that made sense. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Neri Mokoro, and on my channel I basically share everything about my life at this point. So yeah, if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click on the subscribe button, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you. Welcome back to the channel. So today I've decided to do a movie review because what did I just watch? What did I just watch? Hey God. By the title of this video, I'm very sure that you guys already know the movie I'm about to review, Glamour Girls. Guys, for lack of better words, I'm just going to describe that movie as a parody, because I don't know I don't know what they were trying to achieve with that movie, but there were so many stories that were not continuous. They were just here and there. They were everywhere in that movie. They were basically everywhere in that movie. First of all, I'll be telling you guys the good things about the movie, and I'll also be telling you guys the terrible things, because I don't think those things were bad. They were terrible. So now, the good things about this movie is that, first of all, they had good cinematography. They had excellent filming. Their locations were on point, and they really showed off glamour. Like, in that part, I give them a 9/10. So now I'm moving on to the terrible things the terrible things about this movie. Okay, so number one thing is that there were so many stories that were not continued, like that were not continuous. Just to give a summary of the movie is all about, you know, girls that prostitute and sleep with politicians or big men just to, you know, sponsor their glamorous lifestyles. You know, that what do they call it, private jet kind of lifestyle, designer bags, designer shoes, traveling the world. You know, those girls that do those type of things. Yeah, so that's what the movie was all about. Okay, and then it started with Sharon Oja, who played the part of Emma. So she was a prostitute, and then at some point she got framed by the bodyguard of a certain politician, and for stealing something from him. And then she got sacked by her boss, because she worked in, I think, a strip club. So she got sacked by her boss, and then she found herself trying to get another job. So she goes to meet Donna, who is Nse. So she goes to Donna's establishment, her and two other girls. They go there, and they're trying to like get Donna to, you know, hire them as part of her girls, because obviously I think maybe they heard that Donna sponsors like big girls, like she's the one that does this. Donna was basically a pimp. Okay, so she used to provide, you know, standard kind of girls. You know what they call proper runs girls, those clean skin, you know, clean skin kind of ladies, the ones that politicians used to like. So that was basically what Donna used to do. So Sharon and or Emma and a couple of other girls, two other girls, go to meet Donna, and yeah, so they try to convince her to you know, select them as one of her girls. But Donna is like, you guys, what's your CV like? Do you have any kind of education? And then they're like, their CV, they all turn around to, you know, showcase their body and all of that. And Donna is not impressed, to be very honest, so she sends them away. And as they went out, Emma had a rethink, and she's like, oh no, I really want this thing. I really want to live this baby girl lifestyle. And then she goes back to meet Donna. So I won't even lie, the part where she spoke to Donna about wanting to be part of her girls, that part touched me. Okay, her acting there, the whole, you know, like, it was really convincing. Okay, so after all of that, Donna decides to, you know, I think Donna saw potential in her and all of that, so Donna decides to pick her as one of the girls. Someone that you know, begged so much for something, And then Donna is like, okay, you already have it. I didn't really see so much excitement. I mean, I expect, even me as a viewer, I was really excited for her, to be very honest, but Emma didn't really show any kind of excitement anyways after Donna picked her up. That aside, one of Donna's girls, whose name was Hell, let me start from there, whose name was Hell, she was, you know, a spoilt brat. She came from money, and then she was into drugs and all of that. Now at some point, Hell gets pregnant, and then, okay, she tells Donna and Louis, who is TK Toke Makinwa, that she's pregnant. And then the whole acting in that part was ew, like it was, they didn't now follow up with it. Okay, so she got pregnant, she was doing drugs, and then the next thing we saw was that Hell was dead. You guys did not tell us who the father of the baby was, or you didn't even tell us, okay, what led to her death. How did she get to the part, or that part where she took so much drugs? Was she depressed because of the pregnancy? Like, what was the story? You just tell us that somebody got pregnant, and then the next thing, she's dead. So this point I'm about to tell you guys, I feel like this part was the most unnecessary part in this video. Like in this movie, I mean, like this part was the most unnecessary part in this movie. So there was a point where I think Gemma, okay, first of all, let me even start with Gemma. So Gemma was a senior prostitute or senior runs girl, and then she broke the rule, and then she fell in love with someone. I think maybe somebody that she was hooking up with. She fell in love with the person, and then they got married and had a child. Okay, so because of the love that she had to stop doing runs and face her family. So in that movie, her husband was sick. He was really sick, and she was trying to get funds, you know, to take care of him. At some point, she wanted to sell her land to Donna, and Donna said, oh, you have to maybe come back to being a runs girl and all of that. So she declined initially, but I think she had a rethink, and then she decided to come back into the business. And in the end, her husband died. But when she came back into the business, before her husband died, she met a guy called Alexander. Now, Alexander was the chief accountant for all of these politicians, like the clique of politicians. He was handling their funds and all of that, which was a lot of money, according to what they wanted to tell us in the movie. So she and Alexander was really nice to her, really nice to her son and all of that. But apparently, at some point in the movie, we discovered that Alexander was, or not like we discovered, but we just had to use our brain to calculate that was what they were trying to tell us. Because that particular scene, she wakes up in the middle of the night, Alexander is not by her side, and then she goes to look for Alexander downstairs, and then she opens the door and she sees something. They didn't show us what she saw, but next morning we see her crying with Donna by her side and all of that. And then we had to calculate with our brain to understand that maybe Alexander was molesting her son, and she tried to protect her son by killing Alexander. I think that was what they were. Oh God, please guys, if you hear any kind of sound, kindly ignore it. We're in Nigeria and noise everywhere, noise pollution. Please just ignore the noise and concentrate on my beautiful voice, okay? Okay, so yeah, she killed Alexander because Alexander was probably molesting her son. They didn't really give us the full gist. As usual in the movie, there was no continuity. They were just breaking everything. But anyways, yeah, Alexander dies, and they get into a lot of trouble because, you know, the politicians know that their boy Alexander was rolling with Gemma, and then they thought that Gemma had, or they rightly thought that Gemma had a hand in his disappearance or in his death. So Donna comes with her PA, I think Tommy, who was trying to play like a gay fashionista. I don't know what he was trying to do anyways, but yeah, her PA Tommy, and then they come to like clean up the mess that Gemma did and all of that. So back to that scene where I said was really irrelevant. Because they got into trouble, Donna had to now go and meet the original Glamour girls. Apparently, they didn't tell us, but people that had watched the movie before said that those ladies were the original Glamour girls. So I think she had to travel to Lebanon or somewhere like that. I'm not quite sure. I remember the particular country she had to travel to go meet the original Glamour girls. So she meets them and she's like, okay, please, I really need your assistance. If you can help us get this men off our backs, like, and all of that. And then the Glamour girls, or the Queen Mother. First of all, I didn't understand why she was calling them my queens, I be my Queen Mothers, I be my I don't know why she was calling them that, but it just looks very stupid, to be very. It looks very absurd, or I don't, for lack of better words, I don't know what to call it, but it was just really funny. So yeah, she goes to meet them and they're like, we'll let you know if we're going to help out, or we'll let you know if we're going to help out or not. Up to today, you guys, up until today, they have not given feedback on whether they will help Donna and her girls or not. Another part that these people did not continue, like, why were they just jumping from story to story? Like, very, very unnecessary scenes, guys. Very, very unnecessary scenes. I'm not going to tell you guys not to watch this movie because it was like parody and comedy to me. So you guys, please go and watch the movie. Please go and watch the movie so that you can also laugh, because that's the only thing. You waste your data and then you laugh, sha. At least you shall laugh, because I don't know, I found it very, very funny. So back to the part where Donna helps Gemma to clean up her mess. That is what's his name, Alexander, that was killed. So they came with a red cushion, and then which had like an opening, so they put the body inside that red cushion. And then there was also this scene where Donna was trying to, okay, so the main chief, I really can't remember his name now, but the main chief that Donna was messing with also had a wife who was aware of Donna and her girls. Okay, so now I think there was some kind of rivalry between Donna and this politician's wife, which they didn't really explain. But that aside, so after Donna puts Alexander, who is the person that Gemma killed, inside that cushion, we then see her trying to present, like trying to make amends after she got into trouble, trying to make amends with the politician's wife. And then we see her presenting this chair or this cushion to Chief's wife. And in my mind though, I was like, so Gemma wants to now, or sorry, Donna wants to now nail this murder to Chief's wife, you know, and then get her and her girls clean. In my mind, that was what I thought, that they were trying to set up Chief's wife, who was played by Abimbola Craig. I don't know what her name was in the movie, but it was Abimbola Craig that played that part. And next thing we saw was that they opened the cushion. Now dollar full inside the place. What happened to Alexander's body, they did not tell us. So you are not trying to set up Chief's wife. What did you do with the body? Why are you begging the woman? Like, why were you trying to make amends? That is another part that was really flawed. Like, that was an excellent opportunity for these guys to like do something that made sense, but Play Network flopped again. So another thing that I would like to talk about is the part where Emma finally, okay, so Emma got hooked up to a politician or a rich guy. So she got hooked up to that guy, so she was like, you know, the escort to that guy, to the politician, I mean. And then he sort of got her a job in a bank, and apparently she started working in the bank with zero qualification, which is not realistic. That's not what happens. I'm a banker and I know this, that is not how you get jobs in the bank. So I don't know why they were trying to pass that kind of message across, that because you're a runs girl and you're with somebody that has connects, you'll be able to get a job in that kind of institution. But anyway, back to the part that Toke Makinwa played, that is Lewis. There was a point, okay, so what she played was, she was into runs. Apparently she was married and her husband was abroad. She owned a fashion store, and she was also doing runs. So she used to send money to her husband abroad. Her husband was an Igbo guy and he really loved her. Then her husband comes back to Nigeria and notices that his wife has been acting funny. Like in the middle of the night, she says she has clients, she wants to go to work, She wants to go to her shop to go and, you know, see her clients and all of that. And one particular night, he then follows her, or like she went to her shop and then he comes to meet her. He's with a machete, I think, or a cutlass, one of it. And he's like he really acted well in that part. And he's like, he's going to kill the person. Show your face, show your face. And Tucker is there, or Louis is there, begging. And then after making all of the noise, he then goes into the room that she came out from. And then when he sees it, he drops his machete and acts shocked. These people did not show us wetin make this man shock, wetin make the man, somebody that was jumping up and down saying he will kill whoever is there, he will do this, he will do that. You know, you can't see wetin dey inside there, can't drop machete. Like that whole part was very, very confusing. I don't think anybody understood or understands what happened in that scene, because what happened? Is he not your fellow man? Did he see a cow? Did he see a, like, what did he see that made him to drop his machete and like look very shocked? Was he not expecting? I mean, he came there expecting that his wife was cheating on him now. So you now saw who she was cheating on you with. Was it an evil spirit that she was cheating on you with? Because me, I didn't really understand that part though. Did not make any sense at all. Anyways, I'm just going to go straight because I think this is getting too long now. So at the end of the movie, they were able to like get the flash drive that had, you know, all of the politicians, the big men's money, and they got a hacker to like hack into it. Before that, Zeribe and Emma, like Chief's bodyguard and Emma, they talked briefly about wanting to like take some part of the money or all of the money and, you know, run away. So they got 2 flash drives. Now the hacker only worked on 2 flash drives. So Donna comes back or comes into that place and she's like, okay, are we done? They say yes. They said yes, that they were done. So in the whole process of it, Zeribe now says that that he wants some of the money or something like that. Really can't remember what happened in that part, but basically one of the flash drives was empty. Apparently Zeribe had already switched the flash drive that had the information with another empty one. So note that there were only 2 flash drives. Now when the politicians now come in, they're like, okay, let's check the flash drive, let's check the accounts are complete, and then they fix it in the computer and they see that it's empty. So Zeribe now, Zeribe that had the flash drive now switched it with Emma or something, like the person that he was claiming to love or something. He now swapped it with, put it into Emma's body. Now he was now telling her about something about payback, or see, he was just trying to say that he was going to pay her back, because there was a point where she really looked down on him, and she tried to, you know, when she became the Chief Babalola's babe, she tried to look down on him and, you know, show him that she's now the madam of the place. So he was trying to get back to her apparently, but Emma now somehow in a way that I don't know, puts the flash drive back in his body. They didn't show us how she did it, but they showed us how he put the flash drive in her body, but they didn't show us how she put the flash drive back in his body. One kind of nonsense plot twist that I don't understand. Like, it did not make any sense to me. So now after that one now happened, I think they were now like, okay, so who is with the flash drive, blah blah blah. He says that they should search Emma. They searched Emma, there was nothing on her body. Then they searched him and then saw that the flash drive was already with him, and then it was, you know, the whole paparazzi or whatever. That Sinsha got away, so they gave the flash to the chief and all of that, and, you know, the chiefs, they were happy and they all left. Now remember that there were just 2 flash drives. One was empty and one was the one that they gave to the politicians that they left with. Tell me how Donna now brought out another flash drive from her hair. Like, where did that flash drive come from? What kind of plot twist are they trying to achieve? Because me, I don't understand. Like, it wasn't adding up. Like, none of it was adding up. From the beginning of the movie up until the end of the movie, nothing was adding up. Like, there was no continuity. There was nothing like that. Like, everything was just God. Anyways, So we've come to the end of this movie review. I'm rating the movie now, and out of 10 I'll be giving this movie 2/10, and this is me being very, very generous. So they made me laugh. Believe it or not, I had a great laugh, because me, I cannot waste my data and not have it. Anyhow they want to do it, I shall had a great laugh. If you've watched this video up until this point, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like, you guys don't understand how awesome I feel that 100 people are watching me. Like me, 100 people are watching me, 200 people are viewing me. Jesus Christ, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, a very, 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 very big thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel to grow my ministry. Okay guys, please, that's very important to me. Subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you can be notified anytime I post videos. Okay, yeah, please ignore the background sounds, please, throughout the video. If you're hearing any sound that is not my voice, kindly ignore it. Okay, yeah, so thank you guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and click on the Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, a very, 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 very big thumbs up. Okay, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Click on this